Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network.
Good afternoon and welcome to Car Wax. I'm Michael, your bougie black brother, and that's right, we're back with Car Wax. Looking at doing a lot more DJs, producers, and different things. I want to start off with a guy that I've really been following, and I've tried to get him and fit him in last year, but didn't really get an opportunity to do that. His name is Tek Lun. Tek Lun is really cool, and he's from Baltimore. His real name is Rashad Williams. Got him up on the screen. His name is Rashad Williams, and he's from Baltimore, Maryland. And what makes this guy unique is he does mostly different type of beats. He's not a one-way beat guy. He does a lot of jazzy, electronic, trap beats, electronic tech, all of that. He has a combination of all of the above. And it was really interesting because I fell into him when I was listening to like Pandora and kind of on Apple Music. And one of his first albums that I actually got to listen to was Allow It. That was back in 2018. And that Allow It album was just such a great flow through. You got to flow through. It was teaching you or showing you the different ways he wanted to express what he wanted to produce. So he produced a lot of little different things in between that. For example, the Sleepy People. When you listen to Sleepy People, it's just so good. You see the flow. He puts it out. He let it flows through, but he wants you to hear the electronic sound, a little jazzy bit from that. He still has those aspects of that mix and things in that matter. And then you move into one of the other ones that I love. And these are the ones that I like. I'm not gonna go through it because I love the whole album. The whole album just shows you so many different things. The other one is That Time Should We Stop. And when you listen to that, it's totally different. It's totally different than the Sleepy People. And you put that in and you just start rolling and rolling. And, it gives you the jazz and the alternative and a little more with tech. So some of this on this album got a little more tech, and listening to that way, and you get all of those different feels from that. But so those were two of my favorites up in there. And then the last one is Of the Stars. So I think that's all the way down at the line. I think that's the last cut on that. It's really cool because if you listening to all of these, this guy wants to make sure that you can't pin him into anything. You can't pin him in and say, oh, he's a hip hop. He's this and he's that. So once I got used to this and I was listening to smaller cuts from this album, I started going backwards. And then when I went backwards, the first thing I listened to was his older cut. He had two, Riding Around. So he had Riding Around in 2014, and I think Riding Around 2 was in 2015. Yeah, so it went from there. So when you have that, you get a lot of that jazz sort of from that. So Get Me, that was one, and you start listening to that. So when you get Me, then you're saying, oh, this guy's a jazz guy, because that starts it off. That starts that album off. That was, Riding Around. I'm not gonna do 2, because I like actually Riding Around a little more than Riding Around 2. So that Riding Around, and you checking it out, and you just rolling and you rolling. And then he starts getting into a lot of other stuff. And then it gets back to, which was really weird, is a little alternative tech again. So now you start hearing that, and that's when I put on my other favorite. I think it's Coltrane. I think that's the name of it. I'm not looking at it from right there. But now you get into that one. And you're rolling on this one, and you're checking this out. And you're saying, wow, this is amazing. Listen to this. Listen to this guy. He's really cool. But see, and understand, this isn't the first time I'm listening to him. I'm going back to see where he actually progressed to. And once he progressed, you can see that he loved these different types of things. And you can see the way he layered a couple of things. And just to cut through all of that, I like the way he did it because he reminded me of an early Flying Lotus, because you can hear those, but Flying Lotus has a lot of high tempo type things. His is a little more subdued, laid back. It's not really high tempo, kind of like smashing. That's what Flying Lotus is. Dweeb, he's similar to that. So those are the Detroit guys over there. So that made them two different as well. But then I rolled into Crusade, and Crusade came up, and I think that's, what year was that? I think that was 2015 as well. Yeah, the first Crusade, and you looking at it and say, damn, now he's changed up. So it sound almost like a dance electronic. So Consequences. You put that on and it's like consequences. So it's almost like a dance hall or what you call it beat. It gets you into a whole nother field. And this is where it made me start being a lot more interested in this guy. I mean, he's trying things. He has the ability to throw it out there, and he's really eclectic with a lot of the way he changes the beat. And then another song, he'll go somewhere else, and it'll be really low and laid back. And it shows a lot on the actual Allow It album, and it goes from there. So when you get that jazziness of the Allow It album, and then you go back and hit the first Crusade, the Crusade, not first Crusade, but when you hit the Crusade, then you can say, wow, okay, he still hung on to a couple of things, and so it makes you throw from that. But where I was really the most impressed by him was his 2019 but his 2019 release of Dweeb. Right before that, he had this other red album. What is the name of that? I'm looking it up right now. But and I didn't really like that one too much. It was an EP called Blood. I'm not even gonna go through any of that. But I didn't really. He tried some things there, and I just wasn't feeling it. I'm probably gonna have to go back and check it out and to see from Blood why did he switch with Dweeb. And Dweeb, this is what I picked up from his newest album. Dweeb, like Yo Play. Yo Play, if you hear that, and most of this album, he starts having a little more vocal overlay. So not just the electronics and the jazzy and the instrumentation. A lot of this album have some vocal overlays. And you will enjoy those vocal overlays because you haven't heard these on the previous albums. If you had, it's very minimal. It's very minimal. And then when you get that, you're kind of saying, wow, what is he trying to do? He got some sounds like almost African notes or chants. That's what I really try. African chants, and it sounds like that. So as you start listening to that, what is he doing? What is he adding to what he's been doing? And then like Whoa, WHOA. So when you listen to that one as well, you get a lot of where he's progression, where he's really wanted to start showing some other things that he's doing. And I just really like this guy because I like people who pushes to say, this isn't who I am. You can't put your finger on me and say, I'm this kind of DJ, I'm this kind of producer. I'm really doing stuff from that. And when I listened to him and I started doing a little more research, you can actually start hearing the people who he hung with. And it's a group called NASA 8, and they're good. Very strange, the electronic and the tech sounds, and they have rap in some of them and all. And I got them, I think, on SoundCloud. I was listening to a lot of them on SoundCloud from that, where he has true releases from that. But you see these people, he gets inspired by a lot of things that they're doing, and I think they work off each other. And I think they went to high school together, and then when he was in college, he went back and they came back together again. So you can see that influence by all of that. But NASA 8, I like them. It's a little strange, so I don't think you're going to get the regular play like any other place. But if you really listen to Tek Lun, and then you're moving on and you just want to hear something where he contributes to, look up that NASA 8. Those guys are really good. They got some creative ways that they're doing some things. Not really mainstream. they kind of threw him, Tek Lun, they threw him in a lot of this. They had him hip hop rap, even though he had no rap on there. Then they put him in electronic, tech. Depends on what genre that you look. You may find him under like 4 or 5 different ones. And I don't think that's fair, but in a way it is good because you never know, how to determine what kind of music he's going to go with. But I really like this guy. I really like him because he's a little different than the other guys that I'm listening to. And anyone that's pushing it and say, I don't give a damn what you got or how you sound or what you've been listening to, I'm still going to go and do what I want to do and go from that. But those are ones that I kind of listen to. I didn't go into any details. He have a couple of other albums besides that. No More Favors. Like I said, Riding Round 2. Didn't really like that one too much. I like the Riding Round, the first one, and that was back in 2014. The Riding Round 2 was 2015. But yeah, really good guy. I really wanted to just put that out there. It's kind of late in the mix, back in the coronavirus time, I'm sitting in the house. I threw that on and I listened to like 3 of his albums straight, and I was like, look, I got to show him some love, put him out there, let people know that this guy's really cool. Tek Lun, check him out. His newest one is Dweebs, Dweebs. So check that out. That's what the album cover looks like. It's a really, really good album. And you can see as he broken through. But like I said, if you listen to him before, you can hear the type of overlays of vocals that he tried inside of there. And, he's still got some layered things, but he's done a really, really good job. So I'm Michael, your bougie black brother, Car Wax. We do these on Sundays. I'm trying to look at some other DJs and other producers that I like. Not producers that have rappers with them, but the guys who makes the beats. I'm a guy, you make the beats, I'm there for you. I really want to show you the love on that, but I haven't seen anyone current. Flying Lotus had something, and I think it was one other producer that I'm really kind of like Thundercat. I didn't get a chance to listen to his whole album, but I'm going to try to check him out as well. And I'll probably give you an opportunity to check it out, and I'll review the last one. But these producers, when they come out and they're doing some different things, don't really want to be too critical of them. If it's really critical and it's not that good, I'm not going to review it just to put them down and put it that way. But if I enjoy some things on there, I definitely want to put that in there. But Car Wax, see, it's in Bougie Black Brother, bougieblackbrother.com, Bougie Black Brother Network on YouTube. So check it out, listen to the sounds. Check out Tek Lun. Dude is cool. Dude does some really nice stuff. Also, if you get a chance, SoundCloud, check out NASA 8. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on Car Wax. Deuces.